What's up, y'all? Let's talk Hellraiser 2022, which was released by Hulu and is a reimagining or a reboot or a remake or a what the hell ever of the original 1987 horror classic. In Hellraiser 2022, we follow Riley and her boyfriend Trevor as they steal the puzzle box from the shipping crate and use it to wreak havoc all over the world. We also have Matt, Riley's brother, Colin, Riley's brother's boyfriend, Nora, the random roommate, and Roland Voight, this rich guy who is box obsessed. He's kind of the Dr. Channard analog for the 2022 version of Hellraiser. All of the gory hijinks you could imagine that would ensue in a Hellraiser movie do ensue. And in Hellraiser 2022, the box kind of evolves, and the goal is to solve it 6 times so that you can get some prize. And so Riley successfully, though very inadvertently, accomplishes this goal, and she chooses the prize of Lament, which means she just gets to go about her business. All of the other prizes come with some sinister twists involving the Cenobites torturing you for all eternity. So there's just a couple of things that I want to talk about here about Hellraiser 2022. I feel like they did some things extremely well, and I feel like they did some things pretty poorly. We should discuss the puzzle box. Now in Hellraiser 2022, the puzzle box sort of evolves. Like, it goes like this. You solve the box, and this blade shoots out of it, and it might stick you in the hand or wherever else. If the blade sticks you, the Cenobites come for you, and then the box like changes shape. And I guess there are 6 different configurations, and the goal is to advance it all the way to the 6th one, and then you get your magic wish fulfilled or whatever. But it doesn't matter how you get stuck by the box. This little blade that sticks out, you know, if it misses, then you're kind of in the clear, but not really. But if it touches you and draws blood at all, whether you open it on purpose and it sticks you, or whether you open it by accident and it sticks you, or whether somebody literally sabotages you from behind and stabs you with it, and you don't even see it coming, that's what triggers the Cenobites to come and get you. So it's a mixed bag here. The idea that the box changes shape, changes configurations, is a good one. I think that that's pretty cool. The idea that it only takes this blade coming into contact with your blood to summon the Cenobites, I don't love that, man, because... Okay, here's why. Because remember in Hellraiser Part 2 when Pinhead says this?
No! It is not hands that call us. It is desire.
Well, guess what? Not anymore. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that this blade sticks you. I think it's kind of shitty. I don't like movies that completely pulverize the motivations of the characters in the source material. It's one of the reasons that I hate the Silent Hill movie so much, and I do. I hate it. Hate that movie. This movie does the same thing, and I don't love that. Kind of sucks. Another thing that makes the box shitty in this movie is that it's basically the monkey's paw. Now, either you've read the monkey's paw or you haven't, but it goes like this. There's this monkey's paw, and it will grant you wishes, but the wishes come with some horrifying twists. Like, in the story, the guy wishes for his son to be back alive, but he comes back basically as a George Romero zombie. So that's what all of the rewards, quote-unquote, for solving the box 6 times are. They come with some awful, horrifying twists. Right? So Roland chooses liminal, which means sensation, and they give him sensation, ha ha ha, very clever, by jamming this device through his chest that turns these strings through his guts, and that just turns on at random intervals and causes him extreme pain. Ha ha ha, get it? Sensation? Ha ha ha. The only choice that doesn't seemingly come with some horrifying, sinister twist is the Lament configuration, which you choose if you want to just live out the rest of your life and not be eternally tortured. And Riley chooses this, and the Cenobites are like legitimately bummed about it. Lady Pinhead is seriously like, oh, why would you do this? Why would you choose that? And she's like, because I don't want you to torture me for eternity, you dumbass. What are you, dense? Speaking of the Cenobites, I feel like these Cenobites can be described as meh at best. I do not mind that they made Pinhead a female in this movie. I do not mind that, and I will tell you why. If you've read the novella The Hellbound Heart, Pinhead is described as being sexually androgynous. I would actually make the argument that this Pinhead is closer to the novel version than Doug Bradley's. Now, I love Doug Bradley as Pinhead, my favorite horror monster villain of all time. But I would not describe this...
We'll tear your soul apart.
...as being light and breathy the voice of an excited girl. Now, the main issue that I do take with this Pinhead is the same one that I take with all of the other Cenobites. They're not imposing, they're not scary, they don't command the screen when they're on it. They're boring. They Cenobite. Alright, alright. The only worst Cenobites that I've seen, honestly, are the ones from Hellraiser 3. Like, even the Cenobites in the crappy direct-to-DVD, cheap Eastern European releases. At least there was some creativity in those Cenobites. These ones just look like diet knockoffs of the OG4. And we also get this shitty line from the female Cenobite.
Save your breath. Full screen.
Also, there's this really ridiculous thing at Roland Voigt's house where there's like this fence around it, and it keeps the Cenobites out. Like, the Cenobites that could materialize in a moving van couldn't beat a simple fence. And then there's this spot where Pinhead and Roland are having a conversation, and Riley just kind of like hits the deck and, you know, climbs under Pinhead in the gate and runs to safety. What? They say the F word in this movie a lot. You'd think that Rob Zombie wrote the script. It was exhausting. Like, I'm all about saying cuss words, but it was exhausting. Hey, wanna know what? Hellraiser 2022, the drinking game. Anytime somebody says the F word, take a shot. Here, I'll help you get started right now.
You guys are sure as fucking fuck.
Fuck.
Where's Matt? I'm fucking clean. Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out!
Get the fuck out of my house.
Your liver will thank you. I also don't really appreciate how they did Nora in this movie. Like, Nora was the best person in the entire cast of characters. It went Nora, Colin, and then basically every other person. So we see Nora's Achilles tendons get impaled by chains, and then we see her levitated and bent backwards, and then Pinhead, in a pretty nice nod to Hellraiser Part 3, pulls a pin out of her head and jams it through Nora's throat. It's pretty gross. But Nora is like the nicest person. She's at the top of the pyramid of character goodness. Why do we have to watch her suffer so badly? Why not, like, one of the piece of shit characters like Trevor? Although we do see quite a bit from Trevor too. We hardly see any torture occur for Matt or for Serena, the attorney. I would like to have seen that applied to Nora. Actually, you want to know what? I don't think Nora should have been taken at all. She was sabotaged. It's crazy to me that she can be sabotaged and still have to be tortured really grotesquely for all eternity. I just thought that was shitty. That's all. It was just shitty. Now then, there was some fan service in Hellraiser 2022, but it didn't feel pandering, and it didn't feel like they were shoving it down my throat the entire time. Let me give you a couple of examples. First off, they borrowed a lot of Christopher Young's score from the original first two movies, and it was very appropriate and very well placed. I really am glad that they did that. You know, Cape Fear did the same thing. The 1990 Martin Scorsese remake just used the original movie's score. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. I appreciate that. There's this part when they're in Roland Voigt's mansion where Roland is kind of clambering towards them, and the shot really reminds me of The Engineer, which is one of the monsters from the first movie. The wires that take Colin towards the end of the movie and then that eventually take and kill Trevor remind me a lot of the wires that were stretched across Dr. Channard's face in the second Hellraiser. Riley stabbing Trevor with the Leviathan-shaped puzzle box is a nice callback to the ending of Hellraiser Part 3.
Just put the fucking thing down. Just put the fucking thing down.
When Voight is being put back together, it reminds me a lot of the scene from the first Hellraiser where Frank is regenerating after, you know, Andrew Robinson bleeds all over the floor. Again, nice callback, not pandering. If you've seen the original one, you'd appreciate it. If you didn't see the original one, you would just think it was a cool effect. So Hellraiser 2022 wasn't complete shit. It just wasn't that great. It was nowhere near as captivating as the original. None of the performances were as strong from any of the actors as those actors' counterparts were in the original. Riley is nowhere near the final girl or primary protagonist that Kirsty Cotton was. I didn't really care about any of the characters at all. with the exception of Colin, which is Riley's brother's boyfriend. He was the only person that I really gave a crap about in the entire movie. And Nora. It definitely felt like it paid legitimate homage to the original Hellraisers without becoming pandering, and I appreciated that. And you know what else? It managed to completely avoid stupid jump scares. In Hellraiser 2022, there were 0 jump scares. Thank you very much. And the horror was dealt with mostly an appropriate level of subtlety. There were some definite gory moments, again, talking about the cruel treatment of Nora and a couple of other spots. There's this thing at the end here where I guess Roland is being turned into a Cenobite. That's what I assume is happening. I definitely don't know. Overall, I would say if you have Hulu and you've already suffered through all of the other direct-to-DVD releases, and then like Hellraiser Judgment, you may as well watch it, because it's not completely horrible. It's just, it's fine. Hellraiser 2022 is fine. It's fine.